guys, Miss Charlie here with my project pan from progress from May and what I'll be using for June. I will also be doing a video on what I took with me on my vacation because I took some of these products, excuse me, plus I did some other, added some other things that made it a little bit more convenient and not so bulky, things like that. If you hear things in the background, my husband's cutting the grass, so sorry about that. Excuse me. Getting over being under the weather when we came back from vacation. We both got sick, so I'm getting over that. It's just a cold, but it's now in my chest, so that's how my colds go. They start in my head and then they work their way out in my chest, so so that's why I'm sounding so grovelly right now, but we had a great time. I will be posting pictures on Instagram regarding our vacation, but today we're focusing on my shop my stash. So this is what I use for the month of May, and we'll see my progress. I'm gonna start with these sprays here. I use the Illamasqua Hydra Setting Spray. It's gone. It was only a little bit in there, so I went ahead and used it up. So that's one more thing out of my collection. Continued to use the Mario Badescu facial spray with sage, orange, and orange blossom. I did also take some of this with me, but this is what I have left in here. I still have some left in my little travel bottle, but this is what I took with me and used. The Fenty What It Do, I used this up and then I put Mario Badescu in here because the sprayer on this is really fine and I like it. And I am using a setting spray in this that I'll be using in my June project pan, which is, I might as well go ahead and show it. This is the Ace Beauté Seal It. I put some of it in here because the sprayer on this is aggressive. It comes out in really big droplets. So I put it in here because the mist on here again is fine, but this is what I'm using for June. But I used the What It Do up and then I just keep refilling it with other things because I like the sprayer. For my moisturizer, primer, lip products, I used up this sleeping mask from Be Pure. Finally got it used up. I used it up before. I didn't take this with me on my vacation. I took something else, but I did finally use this up. It's still got a tiny bit in there, but it's gone. For my lip scrub, I had already used up this Amia lip scrub, and then I still have some of the Be Pure peppermint in there I'm trying to use up. And then I put the rest of it in this little container. You can get these from Dollar Tree. So I'm trying to use the rest of this up. For my moisturizer, I'm using up, I just have that much left of the It Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. Almost done with that. And then I have the Symbiosis Hyaluronic Acid Eye Mask. It's like down to probably this line. Don't have much left in there, but I'm trying to get it out of my collection. I've gone through a couple of eye masks in the last few months, so that'll be one more out. The Dr. Brandt Luminizer Primer, I put it in here. I cut open the container and put it in here, so I'm trying to get this used up. There's still quite a bit in there. You don't need a lot, and right now it's starting to get in our summer, so it's going to be more humid, so I don't really need this. I need more of a mattifying primer, but I'm still going to try to use it up. And then this moisturizer, this is what I took for my vacation, so we'll get to that one later. And then the Touch in Soul Poreless Primer, no problem. I used that up. What I had left was in here. That is gone. I do have a backup. This is the old packaging that was in a pump. I've had that for years. It's such a good primer. You don't need a lot of it, and it really smooths and mattifies. But I'm finally done with it, and I have the newer packaging, which is in a tube, so that one's gone. For concealers, I brought in the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is in caramel. There's not, I don't want to put it on there because I don't want to get this dirty again. But there's still a lot left in there. I took the stopper out. It's a lightweight, medium coverage concealer. And I mixed that with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. See, that's why I didn't want to put it over here because it's getting a little messy. And I think this one is gone. Yep, she's used up. You can see the bottom. You can see down to the bottom. She is used up. And once I used it up, I brought in the regular e.l.f. Camo Concealer. And this one matches me perfectly. I mixed these two, but this one matches me perfectly. This is in the color Deep Chestnut, so I brought this in, and there's still a lot in this container. But those were the concealers that I used. For brows, I just used my Franken powder that I use every month, basically. And then I brought in the e.l.f. Instant Brow Lift Pencil, because I had used up my NYX one, and I think this is, so she still has a little bit left in there. I can still use it. I'll put it back in there. See if she'll go back in there. Come on. Maybe I need to roll it down. There we go. There we go. So I still got a little bit left. I'm going to go ahead and use it up. And I got this from Dollar Tree. It's in the color dark brown, deep brown. So those were my two brow products. Oh, and I also used, I'm so sorry, I forgot. I also used the NYX Brow Glue. This is really nice. Keeps them in place. It's got a nice tiny wand. So I use that to keep my brow hairs in control. For powder, I had the Dermablend in, but I took it out because I wanted something with a little bit more color, because I was going to use the Laura Mercier and the Dermablend. I needed something with a little bit more pigment. So I do have the Laura Mercier. This is the travel size. I do have a full size, but I just used this mixed with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus in Deep. You get a lot of this. So I mixed those two, and that is also what I took for my vacation. I just put it in this little container here and mixed them together. For foundation, I just used these two here from CoverGirl, the True Blend Matte Made in T70 and D20. This one, I have scraped it. It is done. This is more cool tone. This is more warm, and I blend these together and they make a perfect match for me. This one is in True Caramel, and this one is in Caramel. There's still some left in here, but I just mixed those together and took those with me. So those were my foundations. For blush, bronzer, highlight, and contour, for blush, I brought in the Ioni. This is their liquid blush in Warm Rose. This is so pretty. If you find these at your Dollar Tree, get them. I have this one and the orange one. This one is like a mauve-y color, and this one, it goes on kind of sheer. You don't need very much. It's $1.25. These are awesome. I also brought in the Tinkerbell Darling Super Shock Cheek. You can tell I've been sick. I can't talk. I'm so sorry. This one was from the Tinkerbell collection. This is a warmer toned blush. I really like it, and it can be a blush topper because it has a glow. For my highlights, I brought in Avalon and Wisp Super Shock Cheeks. And this one is a warmer tone. If I can open it. Warmer tone. So pretty. And the other one is more of a champagne-y color. This is Wisp. It looks gold on camera, but it's got a little bit more of a champagne-y pink. That one is more copper. They're so stunning. So I use those. And then for bronzer and contour, I brought in this is Black Radiance. This is just a pressed powder in warm hazelnut. I use this for contour. And then the Viseart bronzer. This was perfect. Small. Got a mirror in it. And I use this for my contour. And I did take some of these with me as well for my trip. And then lastly, for my mascaras, liners, eye primer. I brought in the VC Collection eye primer. It's almost done. There's still probably a lot still in there, but this is a wonderful primer. It's sheer and it also has tack, so you could also use this as a glitter primer. For the mascaras, still using the Lawless One and Done and the Benefit Bad Girl Bang. These will probably be rolling out for June because they are getting dry. So I'm sorry to say I've let them go as long as I can, but I will purchase a backup of the Bad Girl Bang. I got this in a BoxyCharm, but these are getting dry, so these will probably be rolling out for the month of June. For liners, I have the Stila Stay All Day. This I got from Dollar Tree. They were in a 2-pack. They're nice liners to have, so if you see them at your Dollar Tree, pick them up. And they're nice travel size too. I also brought in my Insanely Black Absolute New York, one with a brush tip and one with a felt tip. They're both waterproof and these are really nice, and I think this one is getting dry. I'm gonna have to take a trip out to TJ Maxx and see if I can find another one. These are so good. If you see these at TJ Maxx, pick them up. I think they were like $2.99. Pick them up. They're very good liners. I brought in the Rare Beauty. This is just their black eye pencil. It's very creamy. Thing about it is you can only retract it up a little bit because you can't unretract it. So you have to do a little at a time. I learned that. I put it up too much and then I tried to roll it back down. It doesn't do that. So just be careful when you get these ones from Rare Beauty, but it lasted, it didn't smudge, and they're very creamy. And then I also brought in the Defiance Beauty eye pencil. This one because it has such a small tip and it's good to get in between the lashes, because these two were kind of like they were drying out, so I brought in something else just in case. Even the Stila one, and this was a new one, it was acting like it was drying out, so I brought in a backup for that. But those were eye primer, liners. Oh, I forgot this one. I also brought in want to try to finish up the Wet n Wild Color Icon Baby Got Black pencil, and I have a backup of this, so I'm trying to use that up. But those were liners, eye primers, and mascaras. Okay, now we're gonna go into what I will be, don't need that, what I'll be using for the month of June in this container. Okay, so a lot of things will be rolling over, like this will be rolling over. I'm gonna go ahead and use this Mario Badescu primer up. The Dr. Brandt primer is gonna be rolling over. But I did bring in, oh, and the Symbiosis eye cream will be rolling over as well as the lip scrub from Be Pure. But I am bringing in this moisturizer. This is the Kate Somerville Goat Milk moisturizer. I want to try to get this used up as well. There's a hair in there. There we go. But there's not a lot left in there, so I'm going to try to go ahead and use this up. It's really, really nice. You don't need a lot. It's light. It's not a heavy moisturizer that you would need like in the winter. It's a nice light moisturizer, so I'm going to try to get this one used up in the next few months. For concealer, still going to use the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This is the matte one in Deep Chestnut. We're going to keep that in. For brows, we're still going to just continue to use these products, same as April. For the setting mist, again, using the Ace Beauté Seal It. Have it in the Fenty bottle because the spray is much more fine. This is very aggressive, so we're gonna use that. For foundation, I'm bringing in the Believe Beauty Skin Finish Foundation. This is a medium to full coverage in Cafe. I found this at my Dollar Tree, and it matches my skin perfectly, so I don't have to mix it with anything, but that will come in for my foundation for June. For my primer, since I am using the Dr. Brandt, which is hydrating, I'm also going to bring in the Becca Evermatte primer, poreless primer. I have plenty left, plus I have a backup. Becca's no longer a brand, but this is a wonderful mattifying, smoothing primer. I love this stuff. You don't need much. I basically put it in my T-zone, or you can put it all over the face, but if you have this, you know not to swipe it all over the face. You must pat it, because if you do swipe it, it'll start to peel up. If you try to, do this to it, it'll start to peel. If you pat it and let it just absorb into the skin, it doesn't peel up and it leaves the skin mattified. Especially those of us who wear glasses. I put this on my nose where my glasses sit, and it doesn't pull off the foundation and powder like it would if I didn't use this and the Touch and Soul. Pat that really good on your nose, where the bridge where you have your glasses, and it will help keep, you'll see a little bit of where the eyeglasses set, but not as much as if it was a hydrating primer, where it will peel those layers of powder and foundation off, and you can really see it. I like that, especially this time of year, because I have to wear my glasses. And yes, it's nice, but it's really nice in those areas where you get oily and shiny in the spring and summer, and you just pat it in really, really well. My brows sweat in the summer, so I pat it on my brows, so it helps control that as well. But this is a wonderful mattifying poreless primer, and I'm so sad that Becca's no longer available, but I'm glad I have this one and I still have a backup. For my powders, I'm bringing in the All Nighter from Urban Decay. This is a wonderful waterproof powder. We have hit pan on her, and I will be getting a backup of this. Beautiful, especially this time of year with the humidity and whatnot. And then the Essence All About Matte. I think this is my second or third one that I've gone through. Very inexpensive. I can get these at my local CVS with my points for a couple of dollars, and it's wonderful for mattifying. So both of these together is a winning combination. I forgot to also mention I brought in the Laura Geller Baked and Brighten Foundation in Deep. I also use this as a finishing powder, so I will be mixing that as well with the other two powders. But it's a dome, but you can see there's no dome there. I also have this one in Toffee, which is half of a shade darker than this, but I work with it. And I usually get these now on QVC, or you can go to the Laura Geller website, and I have seen a lot of her ads pop up in my YouTube and on my Instagram. But I have enough right now. I think I have a backup, so I'm good with these. But they're very nice, finely milled, again, foundations, but I use them as finishing powders. For bronzer, highlight, and contour, for blush, I have this What's Up Beauty matte liquid blush in the color, does it have a color? Rosipity. and it's like a terracotta. It does come with a poof. I don't like the poofs. I do like that this has an on and off, so you don't have to worry about it oozing out. So this is off, so I'm gonna turn it on. And then I just put it on the back of my hand and use a brush. You don't need much at all. And it's like a terracotta color. And you can sheer it out. So this would be my warm toned blush. It's very, very nice. I like that. For my cool toned blush, I am using the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Blush in Orchid. This is a cream blush. I really like this, and it is kind of sheer, but it's really, really nice, and it does not disturb the makeup underneath. But it's a really nice neutral color. For my contour, I'm using this Melt Ultra Matte Powder Bronzer in Malibu. This was a gift from my friend Andy here at Andy Does Stuff on YouTube and Instagram. She gave this to me. I guess it was too dark for her, but I really, really like this bronzer, and it's a good color for me. It's not too red. It's not too cool tone. It's perfect. I mean, I'm using this as a contour. It's a bronzer, but I use it as a contour. And then for my bronzer, I'm using the contour palette. I know, backwards, but you can use makeup however it works best for you. And since this is lighter, I use this as a bronzer. I cannot use the yellow because it doesn't go with my skin tone, which is more neutral. This is more neutral, so I use this for my bronzer. So I'm trying to get this used up. I think this is the second one I have had in my collection, so I'm trying to get it out because it is pretty old. But those are contour and bronzer. And then for my highlights, I have these two here. I have this Steve Laurent Jelly Highlighter in the color Prosecco Please. This is one of those that it's squishy. It's really squishy, but it's really, really pretty. It's like a champagne. Melts into your skin really nicely. It's very smooth. Nice every day. And then I brought out my Wet n Wild Mega Glow in Golden Flower Crown. And this one would obviously be a little bit more golden. It's got a little bit of peach in it, but it's more goldeny. So we have a cool tone and a warm tone highlight. I forgot to mention my lip treatment, other than the Be Pure lip scrub, which I'm going to keep using and use it up, is this Global Beauty Care Gummy Bear Sleeping Mask. They have this in a few different flavors, so I decided to try the Gummy Bear. And I just use them as lip balms, but haven't used it. Slight candy smell, not much, but we will try it out and see how it works. I'm still going to use the same eyeliners and liquid liners as I did in April to try to get those used up, since some of them are getting to the point where they're drying out. We're going to go ahead and get them out. And then I'm bringing in this mascara. This is from Half Caked. Because my other two, I've used them for months and they're getting dried out. This is their Eye Defy in black. I have a lot of mascaras in my stash, so I do not need any more. I'm trying to go through what I have, but that is the brush. It's like an hourglass shape, kind of big, but I can work with it, especially on the lower lashes. You have to be careful because you'll have it all over the place. But this is my mascara for the month of June. Alright, so that was my Shop My Stash for my progress from May and what I'll be using for the month of June. Again, I got through a couple of products. We're almost done with a few more, and then we have a bunch of rollovers because I want to keep rolling them over until they're done. especially if they're almost finished. Might as well just keep them in the project and keep them going, get them out to clear out things that's been there for a while or are almost gone. But I thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all so much for taking the time and hanging out with me. Let me know if you do a Shop My Stash. Tag me. I would love to watch. I like watching those type of videos. Make sure to follow me here on YouTube and on Instagram. And we'll see you in the next video.